This is 7 National News, and in our top story. His Highness Dr. Sheikh Sultan bin Mohammed Al Qasimi, Supreme Council member and ruler of Sharjah, is calling on the local and global community for their support and cooperation in a bid to tackle the humanitarian crisis that is continuing to escalate in Syria, as there is currently 13 million Syrians displaced from their homeland and seeking refuge in neighbouring countries. His Highness's comments were made during his opening speech at the Investing in the Future, Protecting Refugee Children and Adolescents MENA conference today, which discussed the issues related to the worsening humanitarian situation around the MENA region. Among the speakers at the conference included Her Highness Queen Rania Al Abdullah of Jordan, together with Antonio Guterres, the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees. Her Highness Queen Rania stressed that education is the most precious thing in the world can provide Syrian refugee children. She further added that education is a vital tool which will allow them to reconstruct themselves and their homeland upon returning after the conflict. Commenting on the situation, the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees stressed that last year around 32,000 Syrian people were forced to flee their homes daily. That figure has now reached a stage where there is a refugee child each minute throughout the region. Describing it as the greatest global crisis since the Second World War, he stressed that the level of generosity from neighbouring countries to provide refuge should be equally met by international donors and developed countries by providing psychosocial assistance and seek political solutions to the conflict.
We are seeing an escalation of needs that is absolutely dramatic, and more than half of these refugees are children. And these children need school, they need psychosocial support, they need attention, they need their health to be taken care of. And that means that the international community needs to be mobilized in a much stronger way to support those countries that are receiving them and that are making a dramatic effort. Jordan, Lebanon, Turkey, Iraq, receiving millions of Syrian refugees with a huge impact in their economies, in their societies. Many people there are also living much worse, with less jobs, with higher prices. And so the mobilization of the international community in support, not only to the refugee children, but to the countries that are hosting them, is absolutely essential. I just came from Europe, from the European Council of Ministers of Justice and Home Affairs, asking for more Syrian refugees also to be able to come legally into Europe, because it breaks my heart to see a Syrian family that has suffered already so much in their country, to drown in the Mediterranean in the hands of smugglers, suffering and dying because they cannot reach a place where they thought they would find safety.
Stroke is increasingly becoming a major health issue in the MENA region. It is estimated that deaths from it will nearly double by 2030. Internationally, between 100 and 120 strokes occur per 100,000 people. However, Emirates Neurology Society President and UAE SITS Coordinator Dr. Sohail Al-Rukn says while the UAE falls within the global average, sufferers in the country are much younger in age compared to many other countries. These numbers are alarming, and while there are a variety of rates being reported, the Middle East and North Africa is still lacking data on the epidemiology of stroke, according to experts. They say this is an urgent call to develop strategies to prevent and better care for stroke patients in the region. In an effort to address this, leading pharmaceutical Boehringer Ingelheim collaborated with Safe Implementation of Treatment in Stroke (SITS) to launch the observational study of stroke care in the region. It will run for 2 years until May 2016. The registry protocol designed for the MENA region aims to systematically evaluate the current status of stroke care in the region as a basis for quality development.
Our aim over here is to look at this patient. What we did as BI is to sponsor a registry, an observation registry study, which looks at the number of patients, how they are treated, what protocols have been used, what is the causes of these strokes that they had, and they will accumulate the results of the study. This study is on 2 years, and it's all over the Middle East. on different stroke centers in the world. They will accumulate all these results of the study and then take it out and to have the proper protocol to understand better the management and the best quality of the patient. I reiterate again, this is an obligation from us as Boehringer Ingelheim, a pharmaceutical company, to not only give medications, but rather to step ahead with its give medication and also work for the best management for the disease preventions as well.
Nearly 4 out of 5 people believe that there are more reckless motorists on UAE roads than 5 years ago, according to the second set of findings from a study released today by global insurer Zurich and roadsafetyuae.com. The survey of 1,007 UAE drivers also found that 35% of respondents have been involved in a collision, with men at 38%, far more likely than women at 27% to have been involved in a road accident, banishing the myth that men are better drivers than women. Young motorists were also more likely to have been involved in a collision. In the first 8 months of 2014, there were 3,170 accidents on UAE roads, which resulted in 463 deaths, according to data from the UAE's Ministry of Interior. More than 2/3 of respondents believe that the biggest cause of road accidents in the UAE is speeding at 68%, followed by tailgating at 56% and drivers being distracted instead of fully focused on the road at 47%. As the festivities of Diwali and Christmas are around the corner, jewelry traders and retailers are looking to capitalize on the rise in demand, as Middle East Watch and Jewelry Show returns to Sharjah for the 37th year. His Excellency Sheikh Khalid bin Abdullah bin Sultan Al Qasimi, chairman of Sharjah Seaports and Customs, officially opened the 5-day exhibition, where around 450 jewelers, manufacturers and suppliers from more than 20 countries are exhibiting the latest designs and pieces until the 18th of October. According to the organizers, the Watch and Jewelry Show is the second largest event hosted at the Sharjah Expo after the International Book Fair, signifying the growing demand for luxurious and glamorous accessories. As price of gold and polished diamonds continues to decline, demand for jewelry has been on a high, particularly with the holiday season ahead, where consumers are looking to make the last-minute shopping for gift items. Exhibitors, meanwhile, look to capitalize on the growth in demand as they entice the visitors with offers and discounts to increase their sales. Among the most popular stands was Taka Jewelry from Singapore, whose affordable prices of between $100 to $500 for diamond sets seemed appealing for many visitors.
This is a very huge market for us, and I believe for everyone else in the jewelry market, because the Middle East customers, they buy jewelry very often and very frequently. So I would say this would contribute to about 30 to 40% of our business. We produce in quantity, so the power of purchasing power in quantity, we get cheaper price and we pass this on to the consumer, and we do not mark up our prices unlike others. We believe in quantity turnover and producing new jewelries for the market.
The event also witnessed a large participation of high-end designers and manufacturers from Italy, who seek to capitalize on the region's growth in demand for the precious stones. Recognizing the large spending power of the people from the region, family-owned designers and manufacturers El Vittori from Florence in Italy are exhibiting in the country for the first time. Targeting a niche segment of the market, prices for the affluent custom-made designs range between $3,000 to $50,000.
We are completely handmade. My wife is the designer, and we are the third generation. We produce jewelry since 1937 from Florence. We produce jewelry like a tailor, because you make the design, the sketch, and after that we produce the piece. It's necklace, ring. Is always in the same way like 300 years ago. In the workmanship is exactly the same. And the last year is a lot of people from UAE. We visit us, and we are happy. This is the reason we are here, and we start a new market for us, and I hope it's good luck for us.
Dubai's government entities continue to roll out different initiatives and apps that are in line with Dubai's transformation into a smart city. Dubai Police's new fleet of smart patrol cars will have intelligent light bars mounted on the roof that will provide 360-degree surveillance and video recording, as well as improved monitoring. Currently showcased at GITEX Technology Week, the Smart Patrol car has automatic number plate recognition. The cameras will monitor Dubai's roads in real time and broadcast live video to Dubai Police's control room. Using a network of police cars, the technology makes it easier to monitor and detect any violations. A dedicated speeding camera will also help record violations while the police car patrol is on the move. Speeding fines will be issued in near real time, with offenders receiving SMS notifications within 5 to 10 minutes of the speeding offence. Meanwhile, the UAE Ministry of Environment and Water launched the Carbon Footprint app in collaboration with DO. The edutainment-based application is designed to encourage environment responsibility across all age groups. According to the ministry, they aim to raise awareness and educate residents by the calculation of one's consumption of power, water, transportation waste and carbon emissions based on the data entered by the user.
This application helps people to calculate their carbon footprint in order to know how they are affecting the environment. Also, based on the results they will get on the application, they will get some advices how to maintain the environment clean. Also, it will raise environmental awareness, which will help people to change their lifestyle and habits regarding the environment.
And finally, in the bulletin, new data released today by Heathrow Airport's personal shopping service has revealed that Emiratis are among the most fashion-focused nationalities in the Middle East, spending almost 3 times as much on bespoke personal shopping experiences and luxury fashions at Heathrow than the average shopper. Some 25,555 Emiratis splashed out on the top fashion brands under the guidance of Heathrow's personal shoppers in the last year. On average, each Emirati customer spent 20,215 dirhams per visit, compared to 7,134 dirhams for the typical personal shopping customer. UAE nationals account for over 25% of the region's users of Heathrow's personal shopping service, showing that Emiratis are utilizing the expertise of style specialists to ensure they are at the cutting edge of the latest fashions. With a team of expertly trained personal shoppers, all of whom have undergone 2 years intensive training and speak over 38 languages between them, Heathrow style experts help over 55,600 customers each year. The personal shopping service offers both male and female experts to ensure customers can select the stylist they feel most comfortable with. Customers can even pre-book an appointment with their personal preferred stylist before they even arrive at Heathrow Airport.